Ron Miguel passed away last Saturday at the age of 88. Ron's service to the city spanned 6 decades, beginning with the campaign for BART in the 1950s and running through his 2018 chairmanship of the working group planning the route to bring Caltrain downtown. Along the way, he served the city in almost every possible capacity. And although he never ran for elected office, his legacy easily ranks among the best of those who did and won. His legacy continues in the Potrero community, where he lived on DeHaro until late 2017. Ron served on the Planning Commission during the approval and early implementation of the Eastern Neighborhoods Plan. After leaving the commission in 2012, he regularly gave public comment on neighborhood projects, always called upon by the commission to speak first. He served on the Boosters Development Committee, drafting interim design controls that helped spur the urban design guidelines that now shape mixed-use development citywide. And he served on the Green Benefits District Formation Committee, establishing the GBD's initial governance structure. After moving to assisted living with his wife, Ruth, he continued to be active with the Boosters, Dog Patch Neighborhood Association, and Green Benefits District. In March, he attended the GBD stakeholder party just before the shelter-in-place order and conducted a Brown Act training by Zoom a couple of weeks later. Ron was dedicated to his neighborhood and neighbors until the end. We will miss Ron greatly and will keep you updated regarding plans for Ron's remembrance.
And colleagues, I would like to request that we adjourn today's meeting in memory of Mr. Ron Miguel, a longtime small business owner in my district. Ron was born on August 5th, 1931, and grew up in the city, attending Lowell High School and the University of San Francisco. Ron is survived by his wife, Ruth, his 3 children, Barry Miguel, Melanie Miguel, Renee Miguel, and as well as 7 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. Ron was an institution in San Francisco. In his 5-year stint on the Planning Commission, he brought an invaluable wealth of experience and historical perspective to the table. As a founding member of the Planning Association for the Richmond and the Housing Action Coalition, Ron reframed and expanded the conversation about the evolution of space in our city. As foreman of the Grand Civil Jury, he raised awareness about conditions in juvenile hall. And as chair of the Citizens Working Group, he pushed for investments in San Francisco's transportation infrastructure. Ron's service was motivated by more than just ambition or intellectual curiosity. He was committed to the city because it's the only place he ever called home. It's where he ran the House of Flowers at 25th and Geary for a half century, where he fell in love, started a family, and raised his children. Though I could go on for hours about his professional accomplishments, it's important to point out that Ron's legacy extends beyond his policy work. He had a lasting personal impact on everyone he worked with. Ron understood that you catch more flies with honey, and he never passed up an opportunity to bring people together, no matter what they disagreed about. As president of the Planning Association for the Richmond, he demonstrated an impressive ability to placate opposing views, especially in debates about new development and the Geary rail line. When my office reached out to just a few of Ron's former colleagues, we were quickly inundated with stories of his generosity, anecdotes about his ability to make peace among difficult people, and fond memories of his dedication to public service. As recently as 2 years ago, he chaired a volunteer committee trying to get train tracks to the Salesforce Transway Terminal, connecting members to the right people and delivering the final words when they needed to convince a supervisor or high-level planning official. So Ron, as Ron so succinctly put it, nothing stays the same. Everything will change and be different. Though San Francisco won't be the same without Ron Miguel, his legacy continues to define the ways in which our city will change for generations to come. May he rest in peace. The rest I submit.